Hey, welcome to Cheechable LIVN. I'm your host Cheech, and today we're going to get into some cool adventures with Rue from Warpaint Magazine. Hey, Rue.
Hi.
How's it going today?
Good, good.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us. I think our audience is really going to be stoked about stuff that you're getting into. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your background? I know I met you a while back, like years ago, in your photography studio, but now you've developed this publication and you've got a community going. How did that all evolve for you?
I started Warpaint outdoors as originally as a digital magazine. My initial reason for starting it up was because there was just a big lack of authentic coverage of people of color doing outdoor action sports. Yeah. And this was pre-BLM. I've been mountain biking mostly for the better part of the last 20 years almost. And there just wasn't a lot of coverage. And I think I always felt like something was off, but then once I put my finger on it, I just couldn't unsee it. And it just bothered me a lot. So I started a magazine, digital magazine. I would just go out. It's not just mountain biking, but I also surf a little bit. I snowboard, and I would go out and meet people of color and ask them if they could, set up a shoot with me, and if they were open to doing a little bio. And that's how it started off. That kind of snowballed into me doing other stuff. Like I'm also a mountain bike instructor, so I started doing free clinics for BIPOC, beginner clinics. Teaming up with other BIPOC instructors as well, and doing lots of social rides and stuff like that. How I got started to begin with, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. So you've been doing this for, a handful of years now, and tell us about some of the doors that's opened or things that have shifted for you because, since kind of the inception of starting this accessibility and, modeling the accessibility through the publication.
So yeah, we originally started with the magazine and it has kind of evolved. I honestly didn't really have an intention of Warpaint becoming a nonprofit, but it just felt right because I love doing work for the community. I don't know if it's just due to our name or what, but we have a lot of our support comes from the indigenous communities. We started off with the digital magazine. When I decided to have it turn into a nonprofit, after doing clinics and doing, we did bike skills clinics, bike maintenance clinics, so people know how to work on their bikes. And that started opening up the doors of us connecting with the bike industry, with local bike shops, with some brands. We're community partners with SRAM this year is our first official collaboration or partnership. And yeah, we also started doing trail building as well. So not only working with the indigenous communities, doing skills clinics and stuff like that, but also we started doing trail building as well. So I feel like it's, from my perspective, it gives you a different ownership over the sport when you actually get to go out and work on the trails, put your hands in the dirt, sweat out there, and you're not just getting a bike, going out and riding, you're also working with the land and having a different type of connection with the sport. So
yeah, wow, that's really beautiful, and I can see where you're really building that community, especially when you bring in land stewardship and kind of new points of access for folks, and just, I think there's something that catalyzes in that, especially just nature, access to nature too, and being outside. Yeah. It can, it can create really beautiful moments for people. I think last time I saw you, you had, there was a race event going on. Are you at races regularly, or are there kind of main events that are kind of popping up and that you get involved with?
We go to some of the local races for sure. Where did I run into you? Was that Portland Trophy Cup?
I think you were, I think some folks were at Res Duro.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I ran into you at Made. This year in particular was our first year where we actually went out of to lots of industry sponsored events.
Oh, cool.
So as far as mountain biking, we were down at Sea Otter this year
Oh, wow.
in Monterey. We went up to Northwest Tune Up in Bellingham. We went to MBO, Mountain Bike Oregon, down in Willamette National Forest,
Okay, yeah, I remember that one.
near Eugene.
Okay.
Oak Ridge, sorry. It's
Oh,
Oak
okay.
Ridge. And then we also went to the Evergreen Mountain Bike Festival
Oh, nice.
out near Seattle. We got to do that a lot this year. We have a few race organizers that work with us. Race Cascadia, Cam, who's the owner, has the last couple of years hooked us up with a few tickets so that some of the whoever wants to participate can head out.
Yeah.
And it's been really cool. As far as the race scene, I mean, we might if we can set things up and get organized with a team manager and stuff like that. Well, I think we might have a race team this coming year.
Yeah. Wow.
But I don't know if I have the bandwidth for that. If somebody else wants to help out, that would be great.
Yeah, well, you are just gaining momentum, and so when the time is right, I think you definitely will have, a team, and it just seems like people are excited about doing things like that. So yeah, I'm really excited to watch your journey kind of evolve in that sense. Tell us a little bit about kind of your demographic and the regions that you're connecting with, as far as your community goes.
I think most of our demographic is the BIPOC community. Ultimately, it's everybody. One of our goals is to promote diversity and inclusion in the outdoors.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a big thing to take on, but we're doing our part through the magazine, sharing people's bios. If for anybody that hasn't checked out the website, I encourage people to share positive and negative experiences that they've had in the outdoors.
Great.
Ultimately to promote healing. I think that hearing, just like any other problem in life, you need to take the good and the bad, and to kind of make some progress and like heal from things. So I encourage people to share both experiences. Not everybody wants to, and that's okay. I know that's not for everybody, but I feel like it's important for people that are reading to, take notice of the fact that a lot of people of color that do step into the outdoors, we all have very similar shared experiences, both positive and negative.
Yeah.
And I think that, at least brings some awareness to that. So.
Are you working with kind of more of an adult crowd, or are you having kind of youth programs too, or does everybody have kind of an open category or engagement?
We have both. We've been doing clinics for, I guess we never specify that it's there for adults only. Okay. We've had a few where like people have brought their kids, and it's been cool. Yeah. I mean, they're like older, like 10, 11, 12. And then this year specifically, I started doing youth development with the summer camp for NEA here in Portland. For anybody that doesn't know, NEA has an indigenous school down on Columbia, and they work with indigenous families and youth. And we did the summer camp as like a trial run, just to kind of see how the kids took to it.
Yeah.
And I was working with elementary kids, and then now we're trying to figure things out to see how we can make it be a program that we put on after school.
Awesome.
During the school year. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. So you brought a really killer ride with you today. Can you tell us a little bit about this bike and where it's destined to go?
Yeah. So this is this is our first official, like, larger scale for us fundraiser. We partnered with Chris King initially. They came out to one of our fundraisers during this last winter in February, and fell in love with what we were doing, and our support for Silver Stallion, who's on the Navajo Nation. So we're raffling off a bike. This bike specifically It's a medium steel Coletti frame, gravel frame. It's their off-grid frame.
So nice.
It's got a custom paint job from Black Magic, which is another local Portland paint shop.
Yeah.
Envy has done the cockpit, so the stem, seat post, and the handlebar and fork are Envy. It's got Chris King wheels, bottom bracket, and a headset, and a Chris King Brooks collaboration saddle. And
nice.
SRAM, brand new red Access 13-speed drivetrain and brakes.
Ooh.
So it's pretty fancy bike. It's,
Such a fancy bike. Yeah, this is really a nice ride.
and yeah, tickets are $10. Like I said, this is our first big fundraiser, and we're doing the drawing on Halloween. So.
Ooh, exciting. Okay, so thank you to everybody involved for all of these components.
Yeah.
Where can people enter the competition, enter the raffle?
So yeah, you can get tickets for buy tickets for the raffle either through our Instagram, which is at Warpaint Mag, or on our website. There's a link as well. So the website is warpaintoutdoors.org.
Amazing. We're so excited about what you're doing and just like the way that you're creating access points for outdoors and adventure. This is really important to us and our audience, that people still maintain access to the outdoors and also steward the outdoors as well. And so I think those go hand in hand. So we'd love to keep up on the development of, you know, what you're doing with the mission of Warpaint Mag, and just, yeah, the things that you've got going on and cooking up. So definitely keep us posted. And everybody, please go to warpaintoutdoors.org and Warpaint Mag at Instagram, and kick in $10. I mean, actually, this bike is worth like almost what?
It's like a $14,000-$15,000 bike.
Yeah. So kick in maybe $100.
Even if it's not your size, I mean, you could sell it and buy a used car or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Enter the raffle. Raise some money for Warpaint. This is a good cause.
Yeah, proceeds are going towards the trail work that we're doing, ride clinics. We're splitting some of the proceeds with Silver Stallion. Just a little bit of background on Silver Stallion. They're the only bike shop on the Navajo Nation, and the Navajo Nation is huge. Basically, they're set up mobile, so they'll drive around the reservation, let people know through their social media where they're going to be at, and they do free or low-cost repairs for people on the res. We've donated money to them. We've done a bike parts drive for them and sent stuff down. And yeah, we helping out the indigenous community is a big thing for Warpaint. Yeah.
Amazing. So. Thank you so much, Rue. Thanks for spending time with us, and thank you for the work that you do.
Yeah.
Water. Right.
Hi.
This is a 45. Something all to make sure they were the expected spacing.
I mean, in front of me, yeah. Go, Vince, go, 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 Vince, go!
How are you feeling? How's the ride?
Feel good. Spirits are high. Stoking's high. Positivity's high. Temperature is not high.
That's the tucker.
I printed on the shirt.
The team is sending it. That's right. That's the kind of bike pack you want to see. Full rack and snack.
Well, you guys call your
Todd's going to get a pretty serious ribbon tonight.
Say, that's a swell map.
What's that?
Man, they turned that bench into a bike rack. That's wild. But hey, we're up here on Tabor, and you gotta just like look at that view.
Wow.